Yeah, I don't have any idea why it's not working. Is it working?
We ready to go? We're back at Madison Central. Apologize for being away there a little bit, but somebody literally hit our producer in the back of the head with a football, so knocked us off the air there. But we're back and with Coach Donnie Walker, Gary Ball, 27-0. Coach, pretty much domination by the Knights here, and you've got the numbers. They say numbers don't lie.
Well, for Lexington Catholic, it was a very clean game. Had no penalties at all. Had no turnovers, and it had 270 yards of offense compared to the 134 that Madison Central had, plus they had the 2 turnovers. Jalen Jones was the workhorse again. He had 13 carries for 71 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kirk Fagot was very efficient, 12 of 16 for 154 yards.
That's outstanding.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then 6 of those targets were Donovan Morris. He had 6 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown as well. And Kirk Fagot and Dylan Coulter, Andy Hickey all having big nights defensively for Lexington Catholic. On the other side with Madison Central, Keenan Miller had the one big play of 40 yards. But that's the only rush that they have him down for. So he probably needs to touch the ball a little bit more coming into the second half. Johan Williams, 7 carries, 29 yards. But Zach Harden was actually really efficient. He was 7 of 9. The only problem is he got sacked 3 times in that first half. So, yeah, it was a dominant performance by Lexington Catholic that whole first half. And, if you're a Catholic fan, which a lot of the people watching this game are, looking for more of that in the second half.
Now, there's a few over in Richmond watching us tonight.
If you're a Madison Central fan, you're looking for a major turnaround to salvage the second half coming out of the locker room.
And looking at the tackles, you already talked about it. Jack Fagot with 4. And then if you don't mind, recap the Jalen Jones has been in the end zone 3 times tonight already.
Yeah. In the first quarter, he scored twice on a 1-yard run and a 2-yard run. And then in the second quarter, Donovan Morris plunged in from an 8-yard out pass from Kirk Fagot on a little fast screen. And then Jalen Jones took that after the big pass to Ogbugu that left it down on the 1-yard line. Jalen Jones took it in for another 1-yard score. And that extra point attempt had a bad snap there, and that one did not work out. So that's why you have the score of 27-0 right now. But I would imagine that Coach Centers is trying to settle his kids down and trying to explain to them at this point everything that can go wrong did go wrong. We got to go out and play fundamental football this second half, and we just got to play it one play at a time, try to win one play at a time and get ourselves back in this ballgame. Well,
a lot of folks interested in other scores around the area. We know that Scott County and Lafayette 14 all. That's late in the second quarter, probably at halftime by now. That was a little while ago when we got that score. Did not get a score from the Tates Creek game, but of course LCA, I would think that LCA would have an easy time of it tonight. I mean,
Walton Verona beat them last year.
They won't beat them this year. Walton lost quite a bit off that team last year. Yeah, they had a lot of seniors, and I think LCA is pretty good.
They're rolling. They lost their starter. Well,
one of their starters.
Rotating, right?
Yeah.
They've been rotating quarterbacks. They lost a quarterback a couple weeks ago, but yeah. And then I think I heard that Dunbar was up on Eastern.
Boyle's up 28-7 on Collins. 28-7 Boyle County on Collins.
Boyle County's up.
Yeah, Boyle leads 28-7. We're getting some scores from 35-7. That's that team we've been talking about, Coach Walker. Boyle County, I'm telling you right now, that game and 41. It's like pinball. A pinball machine. It keeps going up every time we roll the scroll up. So next time it's going to be 48-7. See, I told you. 48-7. Next time you scroll up, it'll probably be 55-7. That's halftime. Halftime stopped that score.
Boyle scored twice in the last 2 minutes.
48-7.
Yeah, really
Back to Boyle. That's a team I think Chuck Smith's a great coach. It's a great program. They've got the tradition. Lexington Catholic and them, they love playing each other. It's a great rival. That's a game William and I already pointed to, and William, that game with Boyle County and Lexington Catholic. That's coming up in October. I'll be able to do that game. I'm out of town a lot in Florida. I'm out of town the 9th. I'm in Florida for a wedding. On the 9th of October, and I'm out of town the 23rd. But the 16th, when Boyle and Catholic play, I will be there. If I have to get George Clooney to fly me in on this, no, I'll get William Warfield to fly me in on his private jet for that one on the 16th. I will be there at Boyle County for that Lexington Catholic game. And I tell you, a lot of games will be played between now and then. But Coach, I don't think there's any doubt the two best teams I've seen in 3A football right now are Boyle County and Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for Boyle County as well. I've got a former player and a guy that works a lot of camps with me over the summer. His name's Eddie James. That's working over there. That's one of the offensive coaches that's had a lot of input in the passing game. And
yeah,
he's really excited about the team that they have as well.
Yeah, Boyle's tough, and of course when you got a quarterback like Josiah Robbins, who's about 6'4", 6'5", and a great athlete, he's a superstar baseball player. They said he could be drafted in the major league draft. He's that good of a baseball player. But when you got a guy like that at the helm, and he's a 3-year starter over there for Boyle County, so you got a great quarterback. Much like what Legend Brumbaugh comes in and just is an outstanding young man. Worked with Donnie and some great guys over the summer, and we saw him in that 7-on-7 just throw some BBs out there over at Bryan Station, and then came in, had the great game against Boone County right off the bat, and then breaks his collarbone last week, out 4 or 5 weeks. But Kirk Fago, hats off to the young man.
Yeah.
He stepped in there and 12 of 16 in the first half. You told us he hasn't missed a beat.
No, he's very capable. He's shown that he can run. And from what I can see now, that he's running the vast majority of the offense now. Most of the playbook seems to be open to Coach Cottrell over there, and he seems to be running most of the playbook. The only thing that I would have any kind of an issue with is just with him running, with a lot of the rerun game stuff that they're doing, because they only have one more, but they only have one backup left, really.
Yeah.
Without dipping down into the lower levels.
Yeah, Andy Thompson could come in as does that out of the Wildcat, but he's not a terrific thrower. But he can. We did see him throw the one back to Fago that he almost took in for the score. Right. So Andy can throw the football. So Catholic is loaded skill-wise. They've got Donovan Morris and J.J. Okbugu and Andy and Chris Thompson. And I tell you what, who hasn't even played tonight, but I thought stepped in last week against Catholic. Bo Bennington did a great job in there as a receiver. We'll see him tonight. And Brett Balsarac, we haven't seen him tonight at all. The running back who stepped in against Boone and had a couple scores.
Yeah, I mean, so they're very capable. They're very capable on against anybody that's going to be left on their schedule. So it could be a really, really exciting year for Coach Perry.
It's homecoming here tonight, and they're honoring the homecoming cord to the king and queen. We've got about 3 minutes left. We'll step out here, come back with more halftime. The number is Lexington Catholic 27-0, leading a good Madison Central team here. I was talking to some of the Madison Central folks down in the press box at halftime, and they're just stunned. They said this isn't the same team that played the first 3 games of this season.
No, I got to watch 4 games. I didn't get to see their Wayne County game, but I got to see 4 games from them, a scrimmage in their 3 previous games, and this is not the same team that I saw.
Right. Well, we're at halftime. We'll come back. William Warfield producing here. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Bob Roberts Insurance right here in Richmond, UK Sports Medicine, Lexington Clinic, also Rafferty's, and, of course, thanks to UK Sports Medicine. Check Rob Ullery out tomorrow at noon on the Scholastic Ball Report on the CW. We'll come back with more halftime, second half kickoff here on Prep Spin after this timeout.
You have the vision. We help make it happen.
It wasn't an easy decision to expand my practice, but I had an amazing partner that helped me move heaven and earth to get it done, making it easier to build my facilities and my team while managing our growth.
Traditional Bank is always there to lend a hand, to help local businesses succeed.
Now that it's been a success, I have another tough decision to make.
We handle all kinds of business loans.
Red or blue?
And personal ones too. Traditional Bank. As your family grows, so does your need for elbow room. Traditional Bank can help you find the right loan when you find the right house.
Dad, I'm finally getting my own room. Isn't that awesome?
We'll make it easy as possible, every step of the way.
Here you go, Pink Princess.
Oh, thank you, Daddy. I love it. Even though purple is my favorite color.
And ask about our home improvement loans. Traditional Bank.
Chad opens the barn at 5 a.m. Cindy works the land her grandfather plowed. Stan calls them his girls. And Allie just likes to feed the calves. These are the farmers of Prairie Farms Dairy, bringing you the farm fresh quality your family deserves.
And we pledge not to treat our cows with artificial growth hormones.
We are Prairie Farms Dairy.
Farm fresh quality, from our family to yours.
Back at halftime with Coach Donnie Walker, William Warfield, Gary Ball here on Prep Spin. They're honoring the homecoming court here, King and Queen, and the runners-up here. That's always a big night at high school events. And remember back in the day when I was in at Boone County, I was in the homecoming court. Yeah. That was a fun time. Rode in on a Corvette. Felt like that was big time, you know. Yeah. And they got the fireworks going over here off to the left too. Fireworks going off. Tell you what, the fireworks have all been on the other side. Lexington Catholic, 27-0 here at halftime.
Nice segue. Usually a lot of these teams will bring in a lower tier team on homecoming. So you gotta hats off to Central for bringing in a top tier team to play. And this is 2 homecomings in the past 2 weeks, right? We had homecoming last week as well.
But I don't have to tell you, a former coach. Football's played in 2 halves. Kentucky knows that all too well. They dominated Louisiana Lafayette. Louisiana Lafayette came back, tied that game, and nearly won that game. They dominated South Carolina in the first half. South Carolina came back, nearly won that football game. It's played in 48 minutes, and you know that's what Mark Perry preached to his ball club when he went in the locker room with the Knights. And you know what Mark Centers, you could probably peel that paint in that locker room essential, because he was not happy at a lot of junctures of that first half. Even though his team played hard, they made a lot of mental mistakes.
And I don't think he's done yet. He's got them huddled up in the end zone now, and he's still giving it to them. So I don't think he's done yet, and I don't think he's very happy about the performance, and rightfully so. And I don't think any of those kids are going to be really proud of the performance they've given thus far. There's been some good individual efforts, but overall, they've made a lot of mistakes and just haven't been as sharp as they've been throughout the rest of the season.
Got to tell you that Bryan Station all over Meade County, 40-7 at halftime. Bryan Station, what is going on over there? What is Coach Parks? That's they beat the crap out of Cooper. They beat a really good Central team last week when Central was playing much better football, and now they're beating a Meade County team that was just a couple years away from the state championship game.
Meade County's always big and physical too. Yeah, that's surprising, and that's that is a long trip for Meade County to come, but that is a surprising score.
So those are some scores, and the last score I got, by the way, if you're wondering, Scott County led Lafayette 31-20, but Lafayette did recover an onside kick, so have a chance there. But remember last year that game went down to the wire. Remember the Lightning came and they had to, but it was ended up being 42-41. Scott County beat them by a point last year.
Yeah, and I expect this game to be tight too. Both teams are playing really, really well right now, and that'd be a fun game to see as well.
And check the Herald Leader next Friday for the game we'll cover here on Prep Spin. It's always in the morning paper, the Friday paper. And, of course, I've been battling this cold. The fireworks continue to go off here. Central did receive the ball, so they'll be kicking to Lexington Catholic. And you know what Central's thinking? Let's get a strip. Let's get a turnover. Let's get a ball back here early on.
Got an issue. They're clearing the fields. Somebody's down. I don't know if it looks like it's a coach that's down in the Central end zone down here. No, it's a player.
It's a player, yeah.
It is a player.
Trying to see who it is, Coach.
Oh, that's gross. They took him out earlier. He missed the tackle. He came up and tried to dive and make a tackle on Ogbugu on his big run here right at the end of the half.
Right.
And, hurt his ankle or knee, evidently. I do think that – is that who it is?
Yeah.
No, it's not either.
It might have been 21.
Is it Miller?
It looked like I put the glasses on. Looked like I don't want to give a wrong number out to somebody, but, yeah, it could be Miller, 20. But last week we were at Lexington Catholic, and they took on Covington Catholic, and one game score Mail out of Louisville put a beat down on Trinity, who was just pounding everybody, and Mail pounded them 42-13. So Coach, how good must Louisville male be this year under Chris Wolf, who was on, as you know, was on my Sunday morning talk show this past Sunday?
Yeah, male's been a traditional powerhouse. I don't know exactly what they do offensively. I know that they were one of the original teams in the state that would spread it out and throw it all over the yard, and were really, really good at it. Who we got there, Coach?
We're going to get the glasses on him. That's number 20 for Central.
Sad to see with Keenan Miller. Something has happened to him since he's come out from the locker room. They were all huddled up and everything seemed to be fine, and then next thing we know, he's down, and they're taking him straight over to what appears to be the EMTs.
The squad. Yeah. So some kind of we won't speculate. We'll try to find out from the Madison Central folks and get you an update on Keenan Miller. So Madison Central will kick off the second half. Lexington Catholic 27-0. And Coach, what do you expect here in the second half?
Well, I really thought that Keenan Miller was going to be a big factor in this second half with him, because he's had some big time success on the perimeter in the screen game and in the run game, and now with him being out, they're going to have to kind of look to somebody else. Could be Lawrence Lee, who's had a big game on the perimeter, but I still think you got to put it in the hands of these three running backs that you've got. I think you might need to find a way to get Jared Grant a couple touches on offense, and then you're going to have to find some way to stop them defensively.
That's right. Here's Landon White into it, and the kick is up. Thompson will come up, take it at the 15. Thompson to 20. Dancing. Thompson still on his feet, reversing far side, and dancing, and it comes a flag in as Andy Thompson's taking it at the 21, 22-yard line, but there's a penalty marker down.
Yeah, and if this is on Lexington Catholic, they're going to be pinned pretty deep in their own territory, and that's kind of contrary to what Mark Perry had talked to me about before the game with Andy Thompson. They said they really focused on him going north and south this week after last week. I think even Coach Meehan mentioned as much as he kind of danced around a little bit instead of just sticking his foot in the ground and going.
One thing Mark Sanders is going to go, Johan Williams is going to come in, and his assignment is going to be one thing, J.J. Ogbugu. I see him split out there with him.
Yep.
That's going to be one change we're going to see in the second half.
So now you've got all three of your running backs on the field on defense right now.
Fago pump fakes, throws it deep down the right side. Thompson on stride catches it, but runs out of bounds, and the official marks it 42-yard line. So you take it from the 13 to the 42, Coach, so you pick up 29 yards on your first pass.
They ran a fake screen. They've had a lot of success. They scored once on that screen to Donnie Morris. Now they fake that screen and then turn Andy loose.
Fago hands to Jones. He dances. Jalen, far midfield. Jalen, and he's down inside of the 47-yard line, and another first down. So they get a 29-yard airstrike, and then they get an 11-yard pickup there by Jalen Jones. Jalen had, 70-plus yards in the first half on the stat sheet you told us about?
Yeah. And the big stat is 3 touchdowns. That's phenomenal to have 3 touchdowns rushing in one half.
That's what he had coming in for the season was 3. Now he's got 6. But Jalen's defending region player of the year. Here's a quick pass out to the far side down to the 43-yard line, running out of bounds over there's Donnie Morse.
And that's the exact play they had a lot of success with in the first half, and they came out. Nice play call by Jesse Cantrell over on the Lexington Catholic sideline on faking that play and then hitting Andy Thompson down the sideline.
Boy, you know all those coaches over there. Of course, I know Coach Perry, Kevin Brueggemann. Their former guy, Engler's up at Ryle now.
Mm-hmm.
Handoff, they're trying to strip the ball, knock backwards, and ball carry that time was Brett Balserac, senior, and he's knocked backwards. Brings up third down. We had the fireworks going on. I tell you, it was really a homecoming festivity here at halftime, big time.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was. They had a lot of people involved, a lot of parents, a lot of kids involved, and really nice setup.
Third down and 3. The Knights at the 40 of Madison Central.
An official timeout.
10 minutes and 57 to go in the third.
Got a shoestring that's come undone down here.
Yep.
Down here, Gary.
And that's Mr. Williams who's checking out there, Ogbugu. Quick pass far side, caught over there, and a good tackle on the far side, and nice play over there, Coach. Turned in by Long, the linebacker.
Mm-hmm. And this is a run-pass option on this, too. They're going to fake the ball to Jones and then just fire it out to Miller or to Morris on the sideline.
Yeah, he caught that. Here's Jalen diving in for the first down and runs over top of the defender there And the lineman, big number 68 there, Cameron Davis, 220-pounder, he hit Jalen Jones, who goes 225, and Jones kept those legs going, Coach, and got that first down by plenty.
Yeah, and that was a fourth down conversion right there, which just kind of pours salt in the wound with Central right now, you know.
And these officials are not liking all these fireworks that are still going off over here. Penalty flag is going to be the encroachment against Cal. I think that those fireworks are catching Lex Cath off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you typically don't want a distraction like that during play. You know, I mean, it's fine in between plays, but not usually during play.
So that takes it back to the 40. Would it be first down and 15? Gary Ball with Coach Donnie Walker, William Moorfield here on Prem Spin. Lexington Catholic and Madison Central Knights on top, 27-0. Fago back to pass. Those are deep down the right side, and it's going to be incomplete down inside the 5-yard line. Good effort down there by Morris, but he could not come up with it.
That's one of the few bad decisions, in my opinion, that Kirk has made tonight. That we had two receivers in the same area right there, and both were covered. I don't know if that was predetermined by the sideline or not, but it appeared to be a bad decision. It was great coverage. I shouldn't take that away from Central.
Really good coverage, yeah. So second down, Fago gives to Jalen, bounces out right side, Jones, and Jones stays his balance, keeps it going, but they mark him out at about the 36-yard line, where to bring up third and long for the Knights with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third period.
Well, and I don't, you know, they've already gone for it. Lexington Catholic has on fourth down once this drive. So if I'm Central, I'm thinking about having to play two plays here, but they desperately need a stop.
Twins both sides for Fago. You mentioned it, Coach. Hasn't made too many mental mistakes here tonight, Fago. Jalen, running room. Jalen diving down inside the 30, but short of the first down, but this is 4-down territory anyway, as Jones is stopped there belong to linebacker. Brings up fourth and about 3 for the Knights. And they're going to obviously go for it. Fago, quick snap, gives to Jones. He's hit and dropped, and the
that's going to be an illegal
flag, so illegal
on Central, I do believe. They still had a young man trying to get off the field when the ball was snapped.
Must have a lot of extra fireworks or something, Coach, because the fireworks still keep going off. Must have had a lot left over from Labor Day or something.
I guess so. I'm surprised the officials haven't made mention.
Somebody from the press box just yelled at him, told him to quit shooting fireworks. 8 minutes, 50 seconds, third quarter. Catholic on top, 27-0. Blitz being shown. Got the first down there, by the way, on that penalty. And, you know, it looked like that actually Central was going to stop Jones short of the first down.
Yeah, just unfortunate circumstances. They couldn't get their personnel in that they wanted at the right time.
Pass out to Chris Thompson, and that's ruled incomplete.
That was defended really well right there, though. Central was all over that screen.
Thanks to all the staff out here at Madison Central for all the hospitality this week and for our setup here in this beautiful press box. Boy, this is definitely one of the nicer press boxes in the area. Ample room up here. Fago hit, and he's sacked back at the 35-yard line. Grant got on top of him and pulled him down. That's a big 12-yard sack there for Jared Grant.
You know, it's a much more spirited defensive effort by Central in the second half, and that was a huge play by Grant. And he's been fairly quiet defensively this game, but he's capable of making those types of plays.
Yeah, he's the third leading tackler coming in. You know, Kenton Edwards, the leading tackler. We've only called his name a couple times tonight. Fago, third and long after that sack, rolling right, sets, throws deep, and it is knocked away on a nice play in the secondary there. Nicely done in the secondary.
That Austin Kraft?
Yeah, 17 making a nice play back there. Kraft for Central brings up fourth and long for Lex Cath.
You know, I don't see Cody Kidd out there right now, and I did see him kind of holding his hamstring. I wonder if he's still having some issues.
4th and 22 for the Knights. Quick punt by Fago, and he's going to punt it. Looks like it's going to roll into the end zone, be a touchback out to the 20 for Central. Coach, 7:47, you're down 27-0. Your comeback has to start right here.
Yeah, you're going to have to be efficient with the football right now. But you still have plenty of time to stay within what you're good at. I still think they can establish a run game, and they've got backs that can make some big plays in the run game. And you're playing against a team that's given up 243 yards a game so far on the ground. So I say stick with it.
Zach Harden strolls back out there. Remember, early in the game, one of the early possessions, he was injured, pulled down by the leg on a tackle, but. Backup Edwards came in, but Harden's come back in ever since then, Coach, and been pretty effective. Harden, he has Johan Williams behind him. Going to fake to him. Harden looks to pass. Throws it down the right side. He's got a receiver down, and the catch at midfield down to the 40. What a great strike, and a nice catch, Coach, to one of the backup receivers there. Jalen Powell making the catch there for Central.
Shows how much I know, right? Instead, come out, go play action, and take it up top to a very talented Jalen Powell, and down the right sideline for a huge gain.
40-yard pickup. I'll tell you what, he came close to popping that one. Here's a quick toss to Johan Williams, and Williams down inside. He's down to the 35. That's what happens when you pop one for 40. It kind of opens up the running game a little bit because the Catholics starting to think, oh, what are they going to do? They're going to throw one long on us? What are they going to do here? Then you toss it out to Johan Williams. He got that 4.5 speed, 4.4 speed, and you get a 6-7 yard pickup on first down.
Which is a great job first down, and now they're capable of mixing it up a little bit here.
Twins to the bottom for Central. Somebody jumped off there for Catholic, and they're going to catch him for it. That'll be 5 yards, so that'll be an automatic first down. Kentucky and Gators tomorrow night at 7:30. Florida and UK and Florida both trying to go to 3-0, and our boy Patrick Tolles at the helm for the Cats. And Patrick and the hair, the locks. He's got the flowing hair this year, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm excited for him tomorrow.
I am too.
He played really, really well against the Gators
boy,
last
he did.
year down there, and
looked like an NFL quarterback in that game.
He stepped up on a third down in that last series of that game down there. That was phenomenal.
Receivers to the bottom. Harden gives right side, and Cryer trying to maneuver, and he's knocked down and pulled back there. Good defense by the Knights defense. It was Eli Mitchell, the outside backer, the senior Mitchell, making the play there, number 4, on Corian Cryer.
You know, and Central had Lexington Catholic on their heels a little bit up until then. They've gotten, a big pass play, big run play, and got them jumped off sides there. So, nice job.
Harden back to pass, fires, and tipped away. Intercepted by Catholic at the 20. Brought up to the 30-yard line and run out of bounds there, and it's picked off by Austin Pedroche.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised pass right there. That was an ill-advised pass right there. He had that receiver. I don't know who it was. The receiver was covered underneath and over top. He was basically bracketed in just an ill-advised pass, and then made a nice play on the ball defensively. Batted it up in the air and gave Pedroche an opportunity to come in and pick it off.
Third turnover tonight for the Central team inside the Catholic 30-yard line.
Goes back to your point about Catholic being a bend but don't break defense.
This time, Fago will have triple receivers out to the top. Lone receiver Agbugu to the bottom. Jones in the backfield. Gives it to Jalen. Jalen dancing. Bouncing it outside. Jones being chased and knocked down. Here comes a late flag. Late flag after the tackle. The Jones was hit about 3 yards behind the backfield. But late flag, that could be somebody grabbing a face mask.
Yeah, that would be my thought there. And it looked like
face mask against Madison Central. Everything's going from bad to worse for the Indians here tonight. You look at this program over here, Madison Central. Larry Warford played here, the great lineman from Kentucky who's doing all-pro type situation with the Detroit Lions now. Paul Warford played over here, the great, played it. There's been some great football players over here at Central. Pass caught up near midfield for Catholic, and busting out of there with it is Donovan Morris. Morris to the 40, 35, and tripped up finally at the 32-yard line. Donnie Morris, a senior.
That was a great job by Kirk to go on that play. Our guy, Jared Grant, came on a blitz right there, got pressure in his face. He was able to slide into the pocket and make a throw down the right sideline to Donnie Morris, and he cut across the field and picked up a couple blocks by Thompson and Agbugu.
That's one thing about those guys. Here's a toss to Agbugu on a sweep toss. He cuts it back. Hit, and Agbugu dropped to the 32. Jared Grant coming up, making a nice play. No gain on that play. That didn't fool anybody, certainly from Madison Central.
And And, that goes down in the stat book as a pass.
Yep. Jones shifts, and they hand it to J.J. He dances now, dives down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Would it be 3rd down and 7 for the Knights of Lexington Catholic?
And Central's played, like I said, they've played a much better half, or better third quarter defensively so far. Even though they have given up a couple big plays, they've shut them down, and the Knights down as they start to knock on the door of the red zone.
Bo Bennington has come in there and split out to the bottom. He's triple receivers out there with Agbugu. You got Chris Thompson and Morris out to the top. Fago looking over toward the sideline. 3rd down and 7 for the Knights. Motion now by Chris Thompson. Penalty mark, and this is going to take him back, and it's going to be 3rd and about 12 now, I believe. Yep, too much time. False start.
I don't know why, when you come in, when you put that type of a formation in, when you come in and empty, you've got an idea what you want to do. And when you basically call a freeze play, which means you want just to kind of get a look at what the defense is going to do, you should already have a couple plays in mind that you want to run, then go ahead and get them in and go. I don't know why that took so long.
Fago to the 30. Fago 25, and he stopped well short of the 1st down. Of course, at the 25, they'll be going for it here on 4th and about 3.
I would think so. They're not. I don't think they're ready to give up the ball just yet.
Of course, we thank our stream whiz, William Moorfield, for getting us on the air tonight, Donnie.
It was a struggle early on, wasn't it?
With the internet out here, but if anybody could figure it out, William Moorfield did, and that's why we've been on. We appreciate you watching tonight. I've had a cold all week, so the cough is, thank God, knock on wood, has gone away for right now. Quick toss right side and caught and dancing. 1st down, Donovan still on his feet down inside the 15-yard line. That's what Donovan Morris gives you, is so much yards after that catch. He danced around, picked up another 10 yards there, Coach.
How many times have they done that? They've thrown that fast screen into the short side, into the boundary side of the field. And the only reason that you throw that play is because the cornerback is playing off so soft. I think it's Altamirano over there that's playing off of him.
Fago hit and dropped, and he'll be behind the line of scrimmage. And big lineman got in there. That was big number 68, Cameron Davis. Clock running, 3 minutes and 30 seconds of third quarter action left here. The Knights of Lexington Catholic all over Madison Central like a cheap Persian rug, 27-0. Whatever kind of rug you don't like. 3:18, and here's screen back to the far side. Caught to the 20 and down and takes it. Does it get in the end zone? Official touchdown. I believe that was Morris, wasn't it?
It was.
Donovan Morris.
They ran a simple little rollout screen. They had Fago roll out to the trip side, to the 3 receiver side, and then after about 3 steps, sticks his foot in the ground, turns and throws back to the right to Donnie Morris with the O lineman out there to block for him, lead the way all the way into the end zone for another score.
Comes the extra point with 3:09, and this would put the Knights up by 34-0. What is it, Coach? 36 is a running clock. Is that right? 36-point lead. Is that right?
I don't know. I know they changed the rule, I think, last year.
I don't think it's 45.
Yeah, it used to be 45. It's less than that now. So
yeah.
It's either 35, 36.
36, yeah. So they'd have to get another score to keep the clock running. But 3:09 the third. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. So Lexington Catholic 34, Madison Central nothing. 3:09 to go in the third here at Madison Central. We'll return on Prep Spin after this timeout.
You have the vision. We help make it happen.
It wasn't an easy decision to expand my practice, but I had an amazing partner that helped me move heaven and earth to get it done, making it easier to build my facilities and my team while managing our growth.
Traditional Bank is always there to lend a hand, to help local businesses succeed.
Now that it's been a success, I have another tough decision to make.
We handle all kinds of business loans.
Red or blue?
And personal ones, too. Traditional Bank.
Kickoff coming to Central. Return to the 15. Up to the, that's Hoogley. Hoogley to 30. Hoogley to 35. Nice return by Hoogley up to the 42-yard line. Good job. We haven't seen much of Mr. Hoogley tonight, Jabari Hoogley, but nice return there by the young man.
I'm not sure he was actually ever down. Looked like he rolled over the tackler and was able to pop back up, but they ruled him down. The 42 there. Nice return. No, you're right. I don't remember seeing him in the backfield. I don't remember seeing him get a carry so far this game.
Fern Creek defeated DeSales tonight 14-0. That's a good DeSales team that Fern Creek just knocked off, Coach.
Yeah, DeSales has been strong the last several years.
Scott County was up 31-20 over Lafayette at halftime. Here's Johan Williams hit right in his tracks and dropped there by Lexington Catholics, 37, Coach. Lauterbach with the stop. Yep. Alston, the junior safety, brings up second down.
Yeah, I don't know why Hoogley hasn't been in the backfield tonight.
Looked good on that return, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Late in the third quarter with Lexington Catholic all over Madison Central, 34-0. Quick pass over in the left side to Lee. And he's hit and dropped behind the line of scrimmage, the 40-yard line.
Well, our man Jalen Powell that made the big play last series did not make a big play right there. He kind of missed a block that would have helped that play out quite a bit.
And Jack Fagot, the free safety, making a nice play defensively for Lexington Catholic. Just a minute 52 to go here in the third quarter. Here on homecoming night, it's been all Lexington Catholic, ruining that homecoming for Madison Central. I don't know why you'd schedule Catholic on homecoming, Coach.
That's a tough.
Third down, rolling to the right. Harden sets, throws, and diving effort, and he had it for a moment, but Cody Kidd came back, made a great effort after. Thought he had it, but as he came down, he must have dropped the football. Good effort there by Cody Kidd, though.
Yeah, Central staff was looking for an interference call right there. And
he was getting a little
good coverage.
Yeah, it was good tight coverage. But Harden threw a good ball in that tight coverage.
He did. He was close to the line of scrimmage on that throw too.
Andy Thompson and J.J. Ogbugu drop back to return this Cox punt. Jeremy Cox. Boy, he's gotten some good kind rolls tonight on his punts. He drops that one, but gets a kickoff, drives Thompson back. There's another good roll.
Wow.
And it rolls back, and Central is going to let it roll all the way back near the 5-yard line. There's another great roll on the kick there by Cox.
Well, that worked out really well for them. Lexington Catholic set up for a return. They had 2 return men back, and everybody on the return team went ahead and dropped to set up a wall. So even though the punter mishandled the snap, he had plenty of time, which actually worked out well because he got his return team down there to cover before the ball did. So there was not going to be any chance for a return on that play to begin with.
LCA, Dylan Wheatley scored again, 27-13. LCA leads at the end of the third. I told you they wouldn't lose to Walton Verona this year. That's a good LCA. He's a strong kid, and about 220 pounds?
Yeah, he's
210?
Close. Yeah, he's a big kid, strong kid.
Fagot on the keeper, up to about the 9.
Speaking of kid, he's back in now.
Cody's a gamer. I mean, when your grandfather's Roy Kidd, the legendary.
Yeah, you're not going to miss a lot of plays.
There aren't too many folks in this here area, these parts as they call it, that don't know Mr. Roy Kidd and what he did for that institution right down the road here at Eastern Kentucky University.
Yeah, he's a legend for sure.
Kind of like Donnie Walker.
I'm not anywhere near that.
Can I call you Texas Ranger? Texas Donnie Walker.
There you go.
And they got some ball Serac up to the 27. Nice run there by Brett.
Everything going right for Lexington Catholic, and not much working for Central tonight.
We're late in the third quarter. 32 seconds. Fago, the backup quarterback for Legend Brumball, gives it now to Bennington, and he takes it. Bo takes it up to the 31, pick up for about a yard or two. That'll probably do it for the third quarter. Remember, 36 points or more is what the running clock is, so Catholic would have to get a field goal or a touchdown to keep that clock running in the fourth quarter, which is about what we're 8 seconds away from the fourth quarter, Coach.
Yeah, and that's it's a tough deal because you got so many things you want to do. You want to get some kids in the game and get them some good time and be able to evaluate and do run some different plays with some different people and personnel groupings and once you get that running clock going, it makes it really, really difficult. But by the same token, it's a safety feature. I do believe that. And I think it gets your kids off the field and keeps everybody safe.
Dunbar is shutting out J-Town 27-0. That's heading into the fourth quarter. Henry Clay, big time, 48-14 at Knox County Central. Franklin County up 13-12 on Anderson County.
That's a huge rivalry down there. That game is always tough.
Here as we head to the fourth quarter, it's been all Lexington Catholic. The Knights 34, the Madison Central Indians nothing here tonight on Prep Spin, our Prep Spin game of the week. Next Friday night, check out the Herald Leader. I know one game we're looking at, Coach Walker. Next Friday, you got Lafayette going to Henry Clay. That's a game we're looking at possibly next Friday is our Prep Spin game of the week next Friday.
Yeah, that field will be littered with athletes, won't it?
Sure will. You'll have about 5, 6, maybe 7 Division I players in that game. Combine those two teams because Lafayette's got 3 or 4.
Yeah, I would imagine with UK being at home, I would imagine you'd have a couple college coaches in the.
Okay, I always ask you on my Sunday show on WVOK. Tomorrow night, Florida and Cats after this play. Give me a score. Second down here for Fago. Fago looking, quick pass left side, caught by Agbugu, knocked backwards, 34-yard line, very little gain. Nice play by the linebacker again, Long. So, Kentucky, Florida. Who wins and how much?
Well, I mean, I have to go with the Cats. I believe in them, and I do believe that the offense they're going to get it all put together. And if not this week, it's going to be very soon. I still think it's at the 35-17 game Cats, I think.
Deep pass by Fago, and nearly fingertip catches it to himself is Agbugu. He tipped it up and nearly hauled it in on that 3rd and 5. And, okay, Coach, Kentucky, Florida. I think Florida's going to score some points. So Kentucky better outscore them. So if Kentucky's going to win, it's going to be something in the vicinity of 37-30 or
really?
37.
35-17. I don't think Florida's going to be very good offensively. And if Kentucky can play defensively the way they played last week, I don't see Florida scoring a lot of points.
Well, you know more about it than I do. That's for sure. Here's the kick from Middleton, and Cody Kidd back there bobbles it, and it's going to be recovered by Catholic at the 28-yard line. There to pounce on it for the Knights was number 38, Coach. Number 38 for Lexington Catholic as we pull out our rosters here.
It was Eric.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Well, that's the second mishandled kick and punt.
So 11:20 to go in the game, and Catholic gets it back. And here's a quick pass near side to Bennington. Bo dances his way down inside about the 26-yard line.
Hey, actually, Central covered that play very well because they tried to run the same fake screen with Andy Thompson up the sideline, but they didn't bite, and the only course that Fago had was to go ahead and throw it underneath to Bennington.
I'm not surprised that Catholic's winning this football game. I am shocked that they're winning 34-0 and possibly could go up 41-0. Screen over the middle. As we say that is Balsarac, and he's spun around finally down to the 19 where he gets the first down. So, they have their defense tonight has been stellar.
They have. Jared Grant got up a little gimpy on that. He got a nice little shot from one of the Lexington Catholic offensive linemen that got out on the screen, and I'm sure he's a focal point on that screen. They want to turn the defensive lineman loose and get those linemen out on linebackers.
Quick pass far side, and as Agbugu to the 10, he's going to walk in. Touchdown Ogbugu. It's 40-0. We will have a running clock now at the 10:34 mark of the ball game after they kick the extra point. It is 40-0 Lexington Catholic over this, and I keep saying it, good Madison Central football team. They're getting stung tonight.
Yeah, I mean they are definitely not playing up to the caliber that they're capable of. And that was the same little fast screen. The only thing that they did differently, Catholic did, is they threw that to the field and to the opposite hash, which they haven't done really tonight. They've thrown most of those into the boundary, but they threw that out to the field because they were giving Ogbugu such a cushion, and then they came up and could not. The corner came up and could not make a play on that.
Extra point by Rijos is up, and it is good. So 41-0, 10-10 to go, and that clock will continually run now. Will not stop when we come back. They stopped it there, but once they kick to Central, the clock will continue to run and continuously run. 41-0. We'll return here on Prep Spin, come back after this timeout.
As your family grows, so does your need for elbow room. Traditional Bank can help you find the right loan when you find the right house.
Dad, I'm finally getting my own room. Isn't that awesome?
We'll make it easy as possible, every step of the way.
Here you go, Pink Princess.
Oh, thank you, Daddy. I love it. Even though purple is my favorite color.
And ask about our home improvement loans. Traditional Bank.
Scholastic Ball Report tomorrow at noon on the CWKYT. Paris Greyhounds, our team of the week. Brian Washington, boy, he's off to a 4-0 start over there in Paris, Coach.
Yeah, I got to see them in their preseason scrimmage. They've got quite a few athletes.
Kick taken in by Lee. Lee comes up to the 10. He's pulled back inside the 10-yard line. As we said, that clock will run no matter what now with 9:49 to go because it's 41-0. When it's 36 points or more deficit, the clock is a mercy rule clock that continually runs, and that's what we're going to have here for the final 9 minutes and 30. These last 9.5 minutes going to be pretty quick, Coach.
Yeah, and as good as Central is on their kick coverage, they've been equally as bad on their return game tonight.
Yeah. Gary Ball with Donnie Walker, William Warfield, our producer. Zach Harden trots back out for the Indians of Madison Central. Of course, you remember that great basketball team they had here a couple years ago with Dominique Hawkins and Ken John Bosley, and those guys won the state championship.
Right.
That was a fun team to cover. Dominique Hawkins now playing, of course, at Big Blue Nation. Right, Donnie?
That's right.
And doing well.
He is. Great defender.
Johan Williams, and he's running hard. Boy, he's president of the senior class. Great grade point average, and looking at schools like Center College and places like that to play his collegiate football. He's not real big, but
yeah, he can play there for sure. It's a great experience down there. It's a nice place. I had a lineman that played at Lexington or at Franklin County that had a really good time there.
Franklin County's got a really good golfer this year named Jacob Cook. Here's a toss to Hoogley. We've been talking about him, and he's in there running hard. Hoogley up to the 40-yard line, close to the first down marker. As we said, that clock running continuously now. Doesn't now matter if you're kicked out, knocked out of bounds or what, because it's 41-0 Knights on top of the Indians. Talking about Jacob Cook, one of the top, he's one of the early favorites for Mr. Golf in the state of Kentucky this year.
Great.
Senior.
He did get the first down.
And, of course, one of my interns is Rebecca Cook, who's an outstanding basketball player at Franklin County, junior.
For Coach Thacker.
Plays for, and he's the offensive coordinator at Lexington Christian.
Yeah.
Clock continued to go, 7:45 to play. Central got the first. That was a good run by Hoogley.
Mm-hmm.
Harden with some shifting. Gives left side, hit immediately and dropped. That was a blitz coming from the right side by the Knights defense, and, man, they read that all the way on that handoff, and they nearly met Corian Cryer in the backfield.
They did. On film, it didn't look to me that Hughley was that much bigger than the other two backs, but he is a little taller and he does run very hard. I'm surprised that he's just gotten the one carry tonight.
That was Jack Fagot who was coming on that blitz, making that play.
He's had another big game tonight.
Stay tuned afterwards. We'll give you some final numbers and wrap things up here. We're just 7 minutes away from that here. Clock continuously running with Lex Cath leading 41-0. This score just really surprises me. Harden in trouble, dumps it. He's got his man, and that is going to be Lee, and Lee takes it up to the 25-yard line. Lawrence Lee. Lee's made some nice catches tonight, Coach Walker.
He has. The defense was able to redirect and come back and fall in on that screen pass to the outside. They've hit it a couple times tonight for big plays and went back to it again. And it was a good call because the Catholic is showing blitz. They're putting a lot of guys in the box, and they're coming after them.
Check out Game Time tonight, 11:15, coming up about an hour and 45 minutes with Brian and Lee K on WKYT Game Time. All the scores. That'll be a lot of folks watching that tonight. Pass, and did he catch it? Nope, he had it, then he dropped it on the far side.
Hughley did a really nice job picking up the blitz right there to keep that play alive, because if he hadn't stepped up, I didn't catch the number of the linebacker that came through. If he hadn't stepped up, Harden would have never gotten that pass off.
Coach, I know it's 41-0. I know it's fourth down, but why are you punting here? I mean, you're down 41-0.
You don't want to give them an easy score. You don't make it too easy.
Well, I mean, it's already a running clock. Not going to change that situation.
Well, I'm not going to give them a short field. I'm not going to give them just 25, 30 yards to go.
Cox's punt takes another good roll for Mr. Cox down to the 27-yard line. So he does his job. He's been probably one of the stars tonight, I would say, for Madison Central. You hate to say it, a la Steve Spurrier, saying they got a good punter over there, but Jeremy Cox certainly has done his job tonight.
He has, and he's had to do it several times, unfortunately.
Gary Ball with Donnie Walker and William Warfield tonight here on our Prep Spin Game of the Week here. Lexington Catholic and Madison Central.
You know, Central, they're still playing their starters defensively. They've got a couple subs in, but for the most part, they've got their starters out there defensively. I think Coach Centers is trying to send a message.
Message heard loud and clear. Ben Buchanan's in there at receiver now, and ball carrier is stuck in the backfield, 25-yard line. Was that ball Serac, Coach, or was that going deeper into the backfield?
Well, you've got a new quarterback in. Is that Andy Hickey, or is that somebody else? Is
that another?
And you've got
that would probably be
Damian Jones is in at the back.
Could be Luke Powell. He's listed as a quarterback, but he's only a freshman. Could that be Luke Powell?
Could be.
Yeah, Luke Powell is the quarterback. And the running back, Powell shifts. Quick pass over the far side, and it's incomplete. Intended to be.
Well, I hope the Central kids do get the message, because and I can understand why the coaching staff would be as animated as they have been, especially at the end of the half and at the beginning of the third quarter, because this team is much more capable of playing better than they have tonight.
I'm trying to look at my roster and see who 25 is for Lexington Catholic. Do you have a 25, Coach?
I don't. I had a 22.
I don't have a 25, but I believe that's him with the ball right now. So, mystery player in there. Let me get my glasses on. That's 29. 29. So that's Jones. Excuse me. Clock still runs. 3:35 to play, and it's all Lexington Catholic. They led 27-0 at halftime. They lead 41-0 here. This has been a blowout.
Well, and the loss of Keenan Miller was big too, because that's changed the dynamic of your return game as well. Now you got Kidd back there who's a little bit gimpy and has already mishandled the last punt. So hopefully he can field this one cleanly and try to get something going for Madison Central. I'd love to see them put some points on the board before this is over.
Yeah. I mean, on paper coming in, this looked like this would be a dogfight.
Mm-hmm.
But it could go either way. That's the reason we're a little bit surprised in this scores. Most prognosticators were picking this as a pick 'em game, really.
Yeah, and on film, when I watched it, the stats, you look at the stats, I felt the same way. I really thought this was going to be a good game. I thought it was going to be a good test for both programs, and did not expect to see the blowout that we've seen tonight.
Well, when we look at these games, we schedule these games, people wonder, what is your rhyme or reason for the game? We try to pick what we think is going to be a competitive game.
Right.
Not that we didn't think other games would be competitive tonight, because
Right.
they have been, but other than the Meade County Bryan Station game, that seems to be a blowout. But this game is just, it's at Madison Central. They've been playing well. They've been putting points up. So if anything, you thought, it'd be a shootout, because Catholic's been putting points up too, other than last week, just 15 against Cov Cav.
I mean, Central's averaged over 38 points a game up till now.
Yeah, this is a shocker to me, and I've been covering high school football for 30 years. This score, what I mean, it's 41-0.
Yeah, I mean, and
this is blowing my mind if you want to know the truth. Here's Harden, throws it out to Garrett, 40-yard line, and he takes it to the 43. Good effort there. I really like the effort.
Jared Grant.
Grant, yeah, I said Jared Grant, exactly. Jared Grant with a nice catcher, and he's still gimpy on that ankle, though, isn't he, Coach?
Yeah, I saw him on the sideline. He took a little break over here for a little while on the bench and tried to rehab that thing some. And obviously he's a tough kid.
Second down at about 2. Harden throws it deep, and it's going to be incomplete. But like I said, with the running clock, it doesn't matter. It's going to continue to run. Down a minute 38 to play, continues to run. We only have probably a couple more plays in this game.
Might as well take some shots now. I would go ahead and try to get the first down here, and then I don't even know if they have any hurry up with what they're doing. But I mean, I would love to at least get some points on the board in this game.
Well,
I hate going in with the goose egg.
They drove down the opening drive, and then they tried the white field goal, and it was blocked.
Well, that's true, right?
So they could have had the 3 points right off the bat, changed the whole dynamic of the game. But when
Catholic and turned it over.
And credit where credit's due, Catholic's defense has been tough tonight. There's another great defensive play by Lex Cath, and that was number 54 turn. That's a backup player, not normally a starter turning. Even
Couch.
Couch?
Tyler Couch.
Even the subs are coming in playing stellar defense.
Well, anytime in high school when you can get a shutout, that's a really good defensive team effort.
Incomplete, far side. Clock's down to 43 seconds to go in this ball game. Thanks for watching tonight on Prep Spin. Thanks to Bob Roberts Insurance right here in Richmond, Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance. Joe, John, and Bob Roberts. They're on Main Street here in Richmond. They insure half the state of Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance, thanks to them. UK Sports Medicine, Lexington Clinic. All those folks. Here's Johan Williams, lowers that shoulder and takes it down to the 44-yard line, a pickup of about 8-9 yards, and that may do it. Central's going to try to hustle up and get another play off, but I'm not sure they'll get it off in time with the clock down to 12 seconds now. They're going to set the ball, though, and it looks like indeed Harden's got them up and set, and they're going to get the play off at the 5-second mark. Harden's going to set, throw it back, throw it deep down the middle, and it's going to be intercepted, and then that'll run out the clock and intercepted by Catholic. And that's the ball game.
Zach Hayden came in, got his name in the stat book.
Hayden got a pick. So Lexington Catholic 41-0 over Madison Central. Who would have thunk it? We'll come back, wrap it up, and tell you about next week here on Prep Spin. But Lexington Catholic dominating tonight. They moved to 3-2. Madison Central drops to 3-2 on the season. As we come back here on Prep Spin, 41-0, the final Lexington Catholic over Madison Central.
You have the vision. We help make it happen.
It wasn't an easy decision to expand my practice, but I had an amazing partner that helped me move heaven and earth to get it done, making it easier to build my facilities and my team while managing our growth.
Traditional Bank is always there to lend a hand, to help local businesses succeed.
Now that it's been a success, I have another tough decision to make.
We handle all kinds of business loans.
Red or blue?
And personal ones too. Traditional Bank. As your family grows, so does your need for elbow room. Traditional Bank can help you find the right loan when you find the right house.
Dad, I'm finally getting my own room. Isn't that awesome?
we'll make it easy as possible, every step of the way.
Here you go, Pink Princess.
Oh, thank you, Daddy. I love it. Even though purple's my favorite color.
And ask about our home improvement loans. Traditional Bank.
Back here to give you some final numbers from this game. Of course, the big number, Lexington Catholic, 41-0 over Madison Central. That score just shocks all of us so-called experts because we thought this would be a real shootout here tonight between these two good offensive teams. But Catholic brought the wood tonight on the defensive side, Coach, and the numbers bear that out, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they had 445 yards of total offense to 209 from Madison Central. And it was, to be honest, it was a really clean game for Lexington Catholic, which was contrast to last week where they had a lot of miscues and penalties, and they only had 4 penalties tonight. Most of those were minor, encroachment or offside stuff, and they had 0 turnovers.
Looking at some individual, Jones got his 100 yards tonight, Coach, on 18 carries, 3 touchdowns to have 6 now. Balsarek, 3 carries, 26. Look at the passing. Kirk Fago in for Legend Brumball, who injured the collarbone, out for 4 or 5 weeks. 23 of 31, no picks, 282, and 3 touchdowns. So was sacked 1 time. Yep. So good job by Kirk Fago in relief of Legend Brumball. Harden was 11 for 19, 112, picked twice though tonight, and sacked 3 times. The quarterback for Central.
Yeah. He had a tough row to hoe in the pocket back there. He had pressure all night in the passing game, and then he had unfortunately threw the pick there at the end, which really doesn't matter. But had the costly one in the second half when they did have a really nice drive going. He threw one, I think, down inside the 20, which really hurt him.
And Donnie, is this a dynamic duo or what? Donovan Morris, 10 catches, 119 yards, 2 scores. J.J. Agbugu, 6 catches, 75 yards, a score. 16 catches, nearly 200 yards, and 3 touchdowns by the Morris-Agbugu connection.
Yeah, I mean, and when you've got those outside receivers that can make plays, and most of those catches were just quick little fast screens, and they just made a move, made somebody miss, which is what you want those dynamic players to be able to do in space, and then just take it and turn it into a big play.
We mentioned Kirk Fago, 23 of 31. His brother Jack did it on the defensive side.
Yeah.
6.5 tackles tonight, leading the Catholic defense, which I thought was just stellar tonight. The Catholic Lawrence Lee, by the way, the young man we like a lot, 5 catches tonight for Madison Central.
Yeah, I mean, he played well and had a couple, sprung a couple plays and did a few things in the return game as well. And there were some individual performances that were pretty good for Madison Central, but they just could not get it going team-wise.
Right, that's a good point. Scoring looked like this. Jalen Jones scored in the first quarter at 7:42 mark. That was a 1-yard TD run. Then the Rijos kick made it 7-0. Then at the 4:46 mark, it was JJ again from 2 yards out this time. Kick made it 14-0. Then Donovan Morris came back with an 8-yard TD pass from Kirk Fago, 9:30 mark of the second, put the Knights up 21-0. And the blitz was on. 2:54. It was Jalen Jones again with his 3rd touchdown tonight. 1 yard out. Andy Thompson's run failed that time after he scooped it up and it was stopped. 27-0. Donovan Morris came back with another 16-yard touchdown catch from Kirk Fago. That made it 34-0 on the Francisco Rijos kick. And then at the 10:34 mark, after that we had a running clock. It was J.J. Agbugu hauling in the 19-yard pass down the far sideline from Kirk Fago. Rijos kick made it 41-0. That's your scoring. That's your final. And join us next Friday. William Moorfield and I will, along with Coach Meehan and Coach Walker, have another big prep spin game of the week. And one game we're looking at next week is Lafayette is at Henry Clay. So just check the Herald Leader every Friday. The Herald Leader lists what game we're doing here on Prep Spin. And for William Moorfield, the King of Stream, and for Mr. Donnie Walker, thanks, Coach, for sitting in for Mike Meehan, who was up in Pittsburgh tonight. Thank you very much. Great job. This is Gary Ball, your final score from homecoming here tonight at Madison Central. Lexington Catholic ruins that homecoming 41-0 over Madison Central. Until next week, we sign. Yeah, let's grab Coach. Let's don't sign off yet. Let's grab Coach real quick here. We got Coach Perry up here with us, so we might as well. I'm not going to sign off just yet, Coach. Thanks for perfect timing.
All right.
41-0. And what I kept saying, Coach, is it doesn't surprise me Catholics winning this football game, but Madison Central has got some good offensive skill people. They put up some points. Your defense really brought the wood tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, I was real pleased with the goose egg. I mean, that's what you shoot for on the defensive side of the ball, and one that the turnovers. I thought we created some plays, which gave our young quarterback a chance and some confidence to get up early in the game and made some plays, and just pleased with the way our team played. I thought our special teams was much improved. We've struggled on the kickoff team recently with big emphasis this week in practice, and I thought the kids came out and responded tonight to that.
Your defense, okay, I said this in the broadcast, your defense knows that the starting quarterback, Legend Brumball's out for a month or 5 weeks, whatever it is, so you got a backup quarterback in there. So those guys can do either one or two things. Well, tonight they did the one thing. They brought it tonight. There were helmets everywhere all over the field. There was helmets to the football.
Yeah, no doubt. That was much closer to the team that I think that we can be than what we've played the last few weeks. I thought, continuously we were, gap control, gap sound, and we beat a good football team tonight. They're a 3-1 team that, just really pleased with the effort, and we played a lot cleaner. A lot of our penalties were, we didn't have those penalties that killed drives. We played a lot cleaner, and just proud of our football team tonight.
You had to be proud of Kirk Fago. I mean, the young man, but you had all week to give him reps and say, hey, you're the guy. You're the man right now. You got to go in there and do the job. Legend's out. He's the collarbones broke, whatever happened to the collarbone. You're the guy. And Fago, he stepped up, man. He says 23 of 31. I mean, these numbers are impressive, Coach. 23 of 31, 282 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's not a bad night.
That's a great first start. Again, he was. No, that's right. I mean, he was calm out there tonight and managed the game well, I thought. And of course, there are a few mistakes that will get cleaned up, and he knew them when he made them. But that's going to happen in your first start. But I was real pleased with the way Kirk came in and not only threw the ball, but just managed the game. We went forward on a lot of fourth downs, and didn't have any unforced errors, so to speak, by when you have a substitute backup quarterback in there.
I got to ask you, Coach. I don't know how much you want to talk about this, but it was homecoming here tonight at Madison Central.
Yeah.
And if I'm a coach, and I know you're a competitor, that's something I say to my team. I say, guys, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this, but they scheduled us for their homecoming tonight. Do you guys realize what that means? Is that something you mentioned at all?
Well, I mentioned it.
I know you probably want to talk about it a whole lot.
In all honesty, Gary, this week and next week and the last few weeks have been a lot more, Donnie, about yourself.
Right.
Right. Look at we've been beat by some good teams, but we've also continually beat ourselves the last few weeks. So going forward and what our goals are and what we want to do. Homecoming is important. This win against Madison Central is important, but it's also I'm pleased because I thought we played a lot better than that, for ourselves.
And you don't look ahead, but you've played a brutal schedule this year. I mean, you played Ryle. I mean, you've played a Johnson Central, who's probably good enough to win their class. They're the class of that class. You got Cooper out of Northern Kentucky coming up, and they've beat the crap out of Highlands early in the year. So they're good football. So your schedule is going to get you ready, and then of course down the road is looming Boyle County, who won big again tonight. So that your schedule's tough, but your ball club's defense, the way you play defense tonight, I think you guys are getting ready for it.
Yeah, I think if we can build from this and take a step this week and realize what caused the improvement, that was hard work. There's a little more focus, a little more effort. Those type of things, if we can continue to build on, I think, we'll be very competitive as we go forward. And our goal for next week is to beat Cooper. I think that'd be a good way to. We got an open week the week after that. This is kind of a two-season game, scheduled this week and then next week, and that's where all of our focus will be next week.
I was trying to see what Cooper did tonight. I see where Boyle beat Collins 48-14. Connor beat Dixie, who's a little down this year. I was trying to see what Cooper did. Trinity beat PRP tonight. That's the only score. I do not see a Cooper score, but I know a little bit about that Cooper team because they came and played Bryan Station a few weeks ago, and Bryan Station was able to beat them. So if I'm Coach Perry and the great coach you are, that's one film you're going to be studying. You're going to see how in the world did they beat that good Cooper team 36-0. So you got a good film there to look at.
No doubt. I mean, that's a film that you look at on the flip side. They beat Highlands in week one.
So you look at that film.
Yeah. So we I know again our first 6 games have been brutal, and if we could play very well and be fortunate enough to win next week to come out of that thing 4-2, that's not bad compared to what.
That's right.
And honestly, Gary, tonight we played with two linemen got their first start.
Yep.
From injury, and those are again, is that good? No, but does that help build depth for the future.
Yep.
You know, for weeks 6 through whenever. You know, that's what you look for.
And you know what was impressive tonight? Legend Brumball was down there being one of the biggest cheerleaders and guys in the game. And that's what you expect from a leader. I mean, he's not playing. He doesn't even have his uniform on.
That's right.
He's got cracked collarbone, whatever.
That's right.
But he's down there being one of the best. And the other guys on the team, they see that, and they're going to remember that when Legend and Kirk Fago is saying to himself, you know, I come in here, I got to do the job, and now you got a guy, you got 2 quality quarterbacks going out there right now.
We exactly, and from day one till now, you know, we need that position to be successful for us. Whether that's Legend, whether it's Kirk, whatever wicket that is, we need that position to be efficient, to be effective, and I thought Kirk did a great job of that tonight. And
Jalen, you always get steady from Jalen. Jalen Jones is JJ's JJ. You know, 100 yards tonight, 3 touchdowns. Not a bad night tonight for
That's right.
JJ.
That's nice to have old Jalen in the backfield. If your first start is good to have 24 beside you. He's going to bring it.
That's right.
Takes a little pressure off of you.
Well, good luck next Friday against Cooper, Coach, and thanks for coming up, taking out your time, and great win tonight here at homecoming at Madison Central.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming over.
That's Mark Perry, the outstanding coach of Lexington Catholic, and we'll grab William Moorfield. Thanks to Coach Perry, and that'll do it for us here. We gave you the final numbers and talked with Coach Perry. 41-0. Mark Perry and Lexington Catholic wins it tonight over a good Madison Central team. Again, for William Moorfield, for Donnie Walker, and Coach Mark Perry, this is Gary Ball. Final score 41-0 here tonight. Lexington Catholic over Madison Central. Join us next Friday for another big game of the week on Prep Spin. Thanks for watching. The leader in high school sports.